That's right. There are two spine angles that you have to maintain in the golf swing if you want to be a good ball striker. And you can't do one without the other one because it just doesn't work. So in this video, I'm going to explain the two angles, what we achieve with those two angles, and then I am going to show you how to practice so you can learn to achieve those two angles, maintain them, and you can become a much better ball striker. So you're going to want to stick with me to the end. Let's go. So let's talk about what I refer to as spine angle number one. And spine angle number one is us getting ourselves bent towards the golf ball, okay, or towards the ground, okay? So what does that spine angle help us to achieve in ball striking? Well, when I get bent over to the ball properly, and I've got my club in my hand, and I've got a 7-iron here, and I'm in my proper posture, my arms and my club fit within the distance from my sternum to the ball. So you can imagine just a nice straight line going from my sternum to the golf ball. My arms and that golf club fit within that distance. Well, if I don't maintain that spine angle through the swing, then I'm not going to hit the ball solidly. So, what are the big flaws that I see? One would be coming into the backswing and coming out of your posture, okay? Standing up a little bit is what we would refer to it. And I'm going to use simple terms in this video. Golf instruction today, they talk about early extension, they talk about side bend, they talk about all of these things. Man, when I was getting started, it was you got in your posture and you stayed in your posture. So I'm going to use more of the old school terminology here. But probably that biggest flaw is coming into the backswing and losing your posture in the backswing, okay? Another one that we can see is as you start down, people will start down with their upper body moving down and even over the top. Now, what's happening there? Well, as I'm in my posture, my proper posture, my arms and my club fit within that posture. If I change my posture either direction, the spine angle, if I go down, now my arms and my club don't fit anymore. If I lose my spine angle and I come up, now my arms and my club don't fit anymore. So number one angle, getting ourselves bent to the ball properly. So what is our second spine angle? What is our number two spine angle? Number two spine angle is getting our spine tilted away from the target, okay? We want to tilt our spine towards our rear leg. And I'm going to show you the proper amount of tilt in just a minute for both spine angle number one and number two. But this number two spine angle is equally as important as the number one spine angle. Well, what is this angle allowing us to achieve, okay? Well, if I get set up and my spine is tilted properly away from the target, I rotate my body around my spine, notice that my upper body is now over my back foot and my left shoulder has turned behind the ball. My head is more over my back foot. My head is not over the ball. This is getting my body behind the ball so I can then unwind into the ball, again, keeping my head behind the ball through impact, okay, and then rotate forward. All of that rotation, getting behind the ball, getting my weight to my back foot, turning through the ball, that's power. Okay, it's also allows, if my pivot is working correctly and my spine angles have maintained their proper angles, then when I come into the ball, I can achieve that flat left wrist. I can achieve that bent right wrist. I can achieve that shaft leaning forward, and I can compress the golf ball against the ground. So let's talk now about the proper amount of spine angle that we need, okay, from spine angle number one and number two. So spine angle number one, back looking this way down the line, I want to get bent over. I want to use my hips. I want to feel my rear end go out. I want my hips to rotate forward so I can maintain a nice flat back, okay, as flat as we can keep it. Once I have bent over, I want to bend over enough so that if we had a line coming up the shaft of my club, that butt of the club would hit me somewhere between the belt buckle and the belly button, okay? Big mistake. See people's club shaft angle come through the upper part of their back. I want that club shaft angle coming right about through here, and I want that club shaft angle and my spine angle to make a 90 degree, okay? It helps with the laws of centrifugal force. That 90-degree angle is huge. Okay, also getting in this angle, okay, this proper spine angle, allows my arms to hang very naturally, okay, which then allows me to come back into the ball, maintaining that angle. Now, every golf club, excuse me, I didn't mean to throw that one down, every golf club is going to be a little bit different because the shaft angle of clubs are different. Look how flat the shaft angle of my driver is compared to my 7-iron. Every club, I want to maintain that 90-degree angle, and I want the butt of that club, again, going through just below my belly button, just above my belt buckle. So with a driver, I'm going to be a little more upright, okay? But that's my proper spine angle for the driver, and then I have to maintain that angle. So spine angle number two, how do we achieve it? Okay, again, it's going to be with our hips. We have got to take our hips, and if you can picture the hip girdle, I want the left hip to get set a little higher than the right hip. So if you look at my hips here, I am setting my hips so that my left hip is a little higher than my right hip. Watch that you don't just get in there and droop your shoulders, okay? That's going to give you more of a curved spine. Okay, if we do it with our hips, then it's going to give us still a straight spine that we can wind around. Now, how much tilt do we need here? Well, I'll give you a little drill that you can do that really helps. Take your driver and just hold it right up against your spine. And notice that the butt of the club, now the grip, is kind of down there between my legs. I want to use my spine and I want to tilt it so that that driver grip just goes over and touches me on the calf, okay? Now, if I was wider, I would have to tilt more, but I want my stance normal and just tilt over there so that that grip touches my calf. That's going to give you about the right amount of angle that you need. Now, my absolute favorite way for people to practice, and y'all that have been watching my videos before know this, is in front of a mirror. So I've moved down to the cart barn where I've got this mirror. It can be a mirror anywhere. It can be a sliding glass door. Somewhere I want you to see your reflection to start with. I want you doing drills in front of a mirror. And here is spine angle number one. I want you to get yourself in the mirror, and I want you to get yourself bent over, okay? Without a club first. I just want you working on bending over. And you can do it from either direction, okay? Put the mirror back here to the right. This is typically how I like it. I showed you the other way. And if you want to use a golf club, put a golf club down. Ignore my tripod right here. Put a golf club down. Look at what your spine angle looks like. Now, for practice purposes, I'm just going to cross my arms over my shoulders, and I'm going to make backswings. And I want to make sure that I am maintaining that spine angle. Forward swing is going to be the opposite. I'm going to put the mirror over here to my left, and I'm going to rotate to that mirror. I want to make sure that I am maintaining my spine angle. And lastly, I want to face the mirror, and I want to practice getting my spine angle, setting that angle with my hips. If you want to take a club and put it on your spine and feel that little drill I did out there with the grip hitting you in the calf, that would be great, okay? And then once you're in that angle, Watch yourself make backswings, making sure that you maintain that spine angle. Well, I've showed you my favorite way for you to practice in front of a mirror. Now let's talk about a way that I love people to practice when they're out on the golf course or out on the driving range. I should say golf course, on the driving range. I want you to go slow. I really like the stop and go method. And what I mean by that is I'm going to get myself in great posture, achieve my 2 spine angles, and then I want to make a backswing. And I want to stop. And I want to make sure that I have maintained angles 1 and 2. Okay? And then once I have done that, okay, pretty nice right there. Then nice and easy, go forward. Folks, you're gonna have to forgive that shot. We just came off of a all-time high of snow in Mobile. I have not hit a golf ball in a week and a half, okay? But again, I'm gonna just stand in here. I'm not gonna let a bad shot keep me from accomplishing what I want to accomplish. So get in here and get set up, go slow, find my positions, nice and slow, hit one out there. That one was right on the button. Now let me show you that same drill from this angle, okay? Because again, I have to not only worry about this spine angle, but I have to worry about the tilt as well. Okay, so I'm going to get set up, take my posture, get my little tilt to my spine. Okay, great spine angles. Go to the top, maintain them, go forward. Now let me give you one more look here at maintaining these spine angles. And this is, I've got the camera now out in front of me so you can see more what happens after I would hit the ball. But it is very important as well that not only in the backswing and in the downswing I maintain my spine angles, but then as I go forward that I maintain that angle tilted over. Notice my right shoulder is now lower than my left just because my shoulders are rotating perpendicular to my spine. That's a real good indicator that you're staying in your spine angle. Now, once you get comfortable with performing the motions slowly and making sure that you are achieving both spine angles and you start finding that ball solid, then I want you to gradually speed up. And the first speed up would just be, hey, don't pause at the top of the backswing. Then just continually gradually speed up, and you're just gonna keep speeding up with the pivot. Great idea to be able to video yourself as you do these so that you're monitoring it a little bit so you can see if you are changing your spine angles. Well, listen, I hope y'all really enjoyed this video because I promise you, you learn to maintain these 2 spine angles, your ball striking is going to improve dramatically. Well, I want to thank you for coming in and watching. And listen, if you want to improve your golf game, keep coming back to my channel because that's what I do here. I just give you great golf advice that you can easily do to help improve your game. And if that's what you want to do, hit that subscribe button for me. Thanks, and I'd love to hear a comment.